Now that you have created your collective assessment, we're going to go ahead and enter our collective assessment data, and you're going to see how easy this is to do in eLumen. So the easiest way to start, and I've said this in the other videos, is to go to the Bakersfield College website. From there, you're going to go to Inside BC. Once you are logged in, you will see Tools over here to your left. I'm going to click on Tools and choose eLumen. And since I'm already logged in, that's going to take me right into eLumen. If you were not logged in, you would have a place right there to enter your login information. And now we're going to find our assessments and go ahead and enter our assessment data. Okay, so now I am logged in to eLumen, and I want to do the few checks that we always do when we log into eLumen, and that is I want to make sure that my role is correct. If I'm entering assessment data, I definitely want to be in as faculty, unless for some reason you are entering as a course coordinator or something like that. If I teach in multiple disciplines or departments, I want to check this drop-down menu just to make sure that I'm in the department where I want to enter assessment data today. So I'm going to enter assessment data in English, so I'll just click on that. And then I'm going to check my term right here. Whatever term that you have your data for, that's where you want to be. You can enter assessment data for past terms. You would just click on this drop-down data and this drop-down menu and select the correct term, and I'm doing spring 2018. So I go ahead and select that. And the next thing I want to do is I want to locate the assessment that I'm going to enter my data for. So I am entering data for my English B1A. I have multiple sections, so I just want to check and make sure that I'm going into the right section. And you can check this to your Canvas course. I know a lot of people use the CRNs, but you can compare. In Canvas, there should be a section number there as well. And I'm entering in section 6. Right here it says '06. And I'm doing this assessment right here, Test eLumen Test. It says here that I have scored 0 out of 33 students. That means this is an assessment that needs to have information entered. And I also know it's a collective scoring assessment just by the icon right here. An individual assessment looks more like this. Up here, this right here is where I score students collectively. You can also see when I mouse over, that's what those words say right there, score students collectively. I don't want to click the checkbox or anything over here. I want to actually click right there where it says 0 out of 33. Click on that, and this window opens. And you can see I am assessing one SLO, this one that is listed right here. And I have a few options here. I'm going to enter how many students exceeded expectations, how many students meet the expectations, how many do not meet the expectations, and then there's this column here for NA. If I had students who dropped my course or who for whatever other reason do not have a score on this assessment, that's going to go right here. And then you'll see this box here says 0 out of 33. Right now I've given scores for 0 students. Before I'm done, I need to have given scores for 33. So let's say I have 4 students who did not take this exam. When I hit tab, now this number has changed. I've got 4 out of 33 done. And then over here, I have 5 who exceed expectations. Let's say we have 20 who meet the expectations. And again, this is keeping track of me, how many students are left, and hopefully I've got my assessment data right in front of me so I know that how many go in each of these columns. But you can see I've got 29 out of 33. That means that 4 students do not meet expectations. Now, if for some reason your numbers don't line up, if this number is less than 33, then it'll let you save and move on, but you're not quite done. Let's see what happens when your number is more than 33. You get this note, too many students. You can't save when you have more students than you actually have in your course, so you have to make that correction before it's going to let you save. So I'm going to go back and change that back to 4. Now we're good again. It's got 33 out of 33. I am done with this assessment, and you'll see what that looks like. But there's one more step to this. You'll see this button that says Save. We're asking you to ignore that and click here, Save and Continue to Reflection, because this is really an important part of the assessment tool or the overall assessment process. There's a reflection here, and there's 2 questions. If you've been through training, you've probably already seen this. It asks you to reflect, to include overall analysis, conclusion drawn, dialogue, overall improvement plan, right here in this box, and then to refine, to include timing of implementation of improvement plan. So I'm going to spend more time working on this SLO through, and then I could list what am I going to use to work on that. When am I going to improve this? When am I going to implement this improvement plan? I will implement the improvement plan in the fall of 2019. You can go into more detail here, but go ahead and make sure that you've got a reflection. You can submit and share. You can submit and share anonymously. I'm going to go ahead and click submit and share anonymously. And now I have completed my assessment, and this just this one last thing. You want to go back and make sure that you have a green check mark. This is the assessment that I just entered my data for. Because I scored all 33 of my students, this now shows that that assessment is complete, and that is all you need to do to enter your collective assessment data.